Hi everyone, welcome to the next part of my Let's Play. Um, I guess I'll just get started and go right into the city tile then. Because not much else has happened in the region outside of this tile because I have just made the last episode. So I'll just continue it from there. I'm getting some requests for my plugins list or plugins folder. And well, for one thing, I have so many plugins that it would be very difficult to list them all, but I could at least try to generate a list somehow, maybe with the command prompt, and post that, so you could at least see all the file names. And I'll try to get together a list of the major ones. So hopefully that will help people with that. But if you include individual buildings, there are just so many of them, it would be impossible to list every single one of them easily. So anyway, well, I guess I'll just continue the development here. Actually haven't, I just realized I haven't really developed this area around this highway very much. So from this light rail line to the highway is completely empty, and not much has happened on this side of the highway either. I might actually just leave this as a sort of greenbelt area and just develop this this strip here just along this existing road and not add any new roads. And I think that might be a good idea, just to have a big forested area here. So I think that's probably what I will do here. Actually, I think I have something similar going on in the next tile over. At least around some part of that highway. But for now, I will continue where I left off. Right over around this edge here. So again, I haven't made any cul-de-sac streets recently, so I'll just make one right now. I think this is a good place for one. And to put that, I'll put some more diagonal zones here. That is to say, diagonal lot single-family homes. Like this one, and this one. That is supposed to appear along diagonal roads. That's what they're designed for, at least. And I think I could use a diagonal filler right at this roundabout. So let me see. Here's what I'm looking for. And that's not it. I actually need to rotate it this way, and now it matches with the sidewalk pretty well. Now I have actually a mismatch of the wealth texture, so I'll change that again. So what I really need is this one up here, I think. Actually, it was down here. So now it matches better. And to continue that, I would need to put some open grass areas or some sort of park that matches that. And what I haven't done in a long time is put any of this wooden suburban fence. I haven't used that. So maybe I'll just put that here. Because this has the open grass area as well. The base texture. But it is kind of odd, it just kind of ends here. I don't know. I think I'll just put park greens here, actually. Even though they don't perfectly match that. Put a park green and a community garden. Now fill the rest of this in with some sort of park, I suppose. This is a less urban looking one. There are no trees, but they're seasonal, so they'll appear after a while, except that I have a mod to make them non-seasonal when they do appear, so it's more consistent with the rest of the trees, but they still take a while to appear. And look, right here you can see these are the diagonal houses that are expected to appear there, so that's good to see. And fill some more trees in with these areas. This is something I often end up with cul-de-sacs, you know, because it's not like in real life. You can just surround the cul-de-sac with a circle of driveways and houses. It's more hard edges and corners, so you end up with this space inevitably, unless you continue the street further, you'll end up with this unusable space. So I usually put tree lots in those. So I have been kind of thinking lately about, this is my 10th episode of this Let's Play, and the area's come a long way, of course, since I started the series. I'm just wondering, I think maybe it would be a good time to ask for your feedback of my audience. Just, if you'd like me to continue with this city tile here, and continue to develop that as a series, or I was thinking maybe I will, if not, just make a new series of, well, I think I showed you in the last episode, the new city I'm making to the north, which is Pine Castle. That's the name of it. I'll just quickly show you that. So I might stop this at this episode if people are more interested in seeing an urban Let's Play. Because I just kind of think maybe it would be more interesting to see more urban city that I'm making here. But in any case, I think I'll probably make a new series from this, at least at some point. But if people want to continue this city tile down here, I can continue to do that as well. So just leave a comment if you really would like to see this continued further. But I'll probably end up at least making a new series pretty soon. So this would be a good area for a diagonal street, I think. Or maybe I'll just make it orthogonal. And branch that off from this part of the road. And more diagonal single-family homes will be here. And I think I could use another one of these fillers for the roundabout corner edge. What if I were to do something like this, though? If I were to make a sort of a diagonal corner here, like that would kind of end it differently with sidewalks. Well, maybe it looks a little odd, though. Just want it to be a little more consistent with the rest of the roundabout edges, I guess, but maybe not. So I would normally I might have made an intersection from here, but I can't with the street because of this road is diagonal here. So I think I will just put another intersection somewhere like here, maybe. Pretty equidistant from the two intersections in the turn lane, I mean. And another cul-de-sac right here. And this, of course, has a tighter grid, smaller lots. And again, I've got a little unusable area, but it's smaller this time. I'll fill that in with trees as well. And same here. Okay, so I've already got a street here. I'll just make this one parallel. That might actually work right here. Could make an intersection, but that might mess up the curve a little bit, so maybe not. Okay, so I don't know what to do with this road exactly. Since usually my cul-de-sac streets that end at a cul-de-sac, they're not going to continue further on the other side of this. But at least this one's continuing. Maybe make a little S-curve type street here. Normally I would make this a cross intersection, four-way, but maybe not, because it's close to the main road. But whatever, I guess I just like to continue this because it's already going a long way for the street. So basically this street is going to loop all the way around here. And I'll make this a smooth curve, 90 degrees. And I guess maybe continue this the same distance, 6 tiles, as another cul-de-sac. I realize I could have put some houses right here, but it's already developed, or filled with trees at least, so I'll just leave it as it is. Maybe what I could do is see how this looks. I've got a curve, got a smaller curve within it. This is kind of a little loop / cul-de-sac street. I actually think that looks pretty good, so then I'll keep that. And here, I put one of these apartment buildings because, well, depending, it's random, I guess, where the driveway would be located, but hopefully it would be over here because of the intersection being here. So I'll just hopefully have one driveway to it, just for realism and everything. Because it would be bad to have a bunch of homes' driveways on here, I guess. But anyway. So the best thing would be, I don't know, maybe put this size of lot. Kind of wondering what size of lot I should use here. I guess this would be good though. So we've got some trees, and I could put some more small homes, but I'll just continue trees. think this would be a good street intersection place to have one, so that looks pretty nice. Again, I really like how you can, now with the new NAM version, make intersections along smooth curves. It's really cool, so you can do it with this too, so that's nice. Got traffic going to nowhere, if I'm not mistaken. Don't know why, but whatever. There'll be something there at some point. Alright, how about... I can't really fit another one of these apartment buildings in here. I could, technically, but it would be really tight, and I wouldn't want to do that. So, I do want to put one in here somewhere. I think maybe a large 5x5 one, right here. That would be pretty good. Alright. It would be nice to have noise walls along this highway, but I don't have them anywhere else along here, so I mean these houses don't have any. So I'll just put the regular chain link fence and fill some trees in that area. So, like around here, I try to congregate them in the same areas like these types of trees are along the railway, and in this area they've got oak, maple, and elm trees, so maybe I'll continue that in those lots. And I think I've gone too far. Here it is. Let's continue the fence all the way to, I guess, the edge of the city tile. I mean, I can't really curve it, of course, unless someone were to make a fence that followed the curve exactly, which isn't really, it's kind of a specific thing to make one for. So there's no diagonal version of this. So I usually just end it somewhere, keep it straight. I think I'll use the mayor mode trees actually. Yeah, if I maybe you didn't know this already, but what I did here was Control Alt Shift. I held that down while I went to God mode so I can get back to the original tree tool and everything in the terrain tools, which is very useful. It doesn't cost anything either. So I guess I'll use that right here, and the mirror mode version of that along here. Where is it? There. There we go. Looks pretty good. This would actually be the perfect lot size for a soccer field. So that's what I'll put here. And what have we got here? This would be the medium wealth apartment building. Might as well keep that the way it is, because I've already got the high wealth one right over here. And I can make that historical, doesn't really need to. I don't think there's anything that will replace it. Okay. Actually, I think I want to make this historical too. I said earlier, I believe, that I didn't because I could have more variety that way, but now that I've got the high wealth right here, and I have it right here too, it's gonna have more variety if I have it this way. And I've already got something developing here. Arbor Woods, that's another medium wealth. I kind of like to, I mean, sometimes I would allow it to stay as low wealth, but it just started as medium wealth here, because it's near the main highway. I mean, there would be more traffic noise, maybe a little lower land value for this area, but I don't know, I guess they have enough facilities, parks, and everything, so it's medium wealth already. But I won't make that historical because I might want to let it be the high wealth one. Got a few of these already. So, I'll just... I don't know. There's a soccer field here, of course. But should it be... I wonder, should it be a park for the residents of this neighborhood in this apartment complex? Or maybe if I were to add a parking lot and a driveway right here, some more people could come from further away. There's only one of them though, so... maybe I'll let a small parking lot. Some trees too. Or I could put another soccer field over here. I think I'll put a parking lot and trees. Of course, the parking lots are at the very bottom. And here you can see it's the exact same building as the one that was over here, so I'm going to let that be overgrown with the high wealth one, because I don't want that to be the same. I'll use the asphalt parking lot here. I think I usually use the concrete ones or cement, whatever it is, because it kind of matches the street's entrances more. But I want to put some variety in there once in a while, of course. Okay, we've got entrance here, and I don't really need to put, well, I don't know. See, I could put either end pieces here, they just end, or I could put T lots so that the cars could, you know, drive around the opposite way. It's probably a good idea. I think I'll do that then. Add some more parking too. That way. I always get these confused, left corner and right corner, like which way am I facing, if it's the left or it's the right corner. That's what I use, right corner if you're facing the same way as these cars, so. But it's the left corner if you're facing this way, so. Anyway, a little confusing. What I could do actually is, I think this would be a good idea too. First I'm going to save because this might crash my game, but what I'll do is, see, I had mentioned earlier it's the wrong color. It's asphalt and it doesn't match the street. But I'll just use an asphalt street from the street add-on mod. And that matches it a lot better. Keep the starter piece there so it retains the override for that, and that won't cause any problems that way, so that's good. Fill that with another tree lot, and I'll just finish my parking lot off. I'm gonna make it end here, I think, because it doesn't need to be that huge. Put something else here, like another park. Oops. Very nice. Okay, so I've got a parking lot right next to this building, and it's going to be overgrown eventually with the high wealth one, so let me just finish this off with a baseball diamond, I think. I think I've used one recently. Here it is. That's plenty far away from this one. I just don't like to repeat sometimes how close they are, but that's perfectly far away. And I'll have a park green and some tree lots between these. Maybe just some tree lots. Yeah, the best way to get from one to the other would be the sidewalk, I guess. Don't need to leave an open park here or anything. So yeah, there you have it. develop this whole outer ring area here, all the way up to the arterial highway. So that's going to be it for this series, unless people show an interest in me continuing this suburban city tile. Otherwise, I will make a new series and focus on a more urban area. So thanks for watching.